Welcome back, everyone, to Mr. Grindset. Now, we're going to jump into 3 mistakes to avoid in your 20s. A lot of people have to go through trial and error in their 20s and learn, grow, and see, basically what life is. And I think the 20s is the time of basically finding yourself and going through the world and journeying, learning and growing as an individual. However, it's so easy to overlook certain things that would have otherwise known if someone just flat out pointed it out and said, this is a pretty big mistake that most people do. Is a mistake that I've done, and perhaps you can learn from it. And that's basically what today's video is. So let's jump in. The first one, number 1, is you spend too much time on other people. Generally speaking, a lot of people are really giving and they want to help people. However, I think we fall into the trap, generally speaking, of putting too much energy into people when we could be executing ourselves. I've definitely fallen into this trap where I've helped people become and do amazing things. However, I put what I wanted to do on the back burner, not because I couldn't achieve it, but because it was just easier to support other people instead of betting on myself. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I see people do. They go out and focus on other people, the people around them, and that's a beautiful thing to do to a certain extent. But everyone should be selfish to a certain point in their 20s. So they have the ability to build. Without the momentum in your life, you actually can't really impact people in a massive way over time. And how could you, right? You aren't exactly where you need to be. Now for the second one, number 2, not taking action on knowledge. We have more information than modern day kings over 100 years ago, which is absolutely both terrifying and amazing at the same time. But I think that a lot of people don't utilize it to the best of their ability. If you're on a journey of self-mastery, you can consume content through basically 3 means, right? Video, written, and of course, through audio. Now, a mistake that most people make is they just consume. We're in a time of consumption, right? A lot of people just rather consume than execute. Now, this is a trap that I've had fallen into for so many years. I would consume the correct knowledge. I'd go out there, buy the right books, do the right courses. However, I wasn't actually making that change because I wasn't executing based upon that knowledge. Intention without execution is absolutely nothing. So write down your goals when you actually consume things. Write down certain theories, certain things that you look at and you're like, okay, I want to learn more about that, and go out and do the research. And if it's anything that's practical based, execute. You can read 100 books and it does absolutely nothing for you unless you actually start to build upon the skills that they're actually talking about within this book itself. Now, for the third and last thing to avoid in your 20s, it's never give up on yourself, never give up on your dreams. A lot of people can just say that, but you look around every day and you see people who have quite literally given up on themselves. They don't do what's necessary. They stay in that deadbeat job. They don't take action. They don't invest in themselves. And it's a damn shame. A lot of people actually have the ability to go out there and make so much impact in this world, but they don't bet on themselves. And when it gets to the point where it's just absolutely so hard to continue, they give up. If you don't give up, you're going to succeed. You're going to build upon your skills. You're going to build upon your knowledge. And eventually you're going to get to that end result. I've watched so many people, so many great people in this world give up too early. And it's a shame. They would have actually gotten to that result that they were moving towards. People are going to tell you that you're not going to be able to do it, that you don't have what it takes. And if you look in the mirror back, you might even say it to yourself. But what I've found over the years is that each and every one of us has absolutely infinite opportunities and capability. We all have the same hours and we all have the same ambitions to be the best version of ourselves to the people around us, and we all, generally speaking, want to give back. There are people in this world who have given you absolutely everything, and you owe it not only to yourself but to them to try your best, be the best version of yourself and go out there and do what's right. A lot of people are out here being unethical, trying to make money, trying to do things that are just not congruent to who they are. And they're not living happy lives because of it. The best way to live the happiest version of yourself is to both live your life without regret and be the most authentic version that you can be. Each and every one of us has absolutely so much to give to the world. You can literally go out there and even just a word can save someone's life. That just goes and tells you the power of a word in itself, right? So if you tell yourself that you're never going to give up, you're going to lead your bloodline, you're going to go and do the best that you can for the people around you, it makes such a big difference. not only to the people around you, but to your own mindset. You have to bet on yourself because no one else is going to bet on you. And anyone who's gifted you their presence, their advice, their time, they're betting on you. They may not say, look, you have what it takes to succeed, but they are saying you are valuable enough to have my time. Time is precious. And that's another reason why we should all be moving towards the best version of ourselves, because you don't know when your time is going to be up. And even though we don't know when our time is going to be up, what we do know is right now is a gift. And we can go give that gift to ourselves. A lot of us would have such beautiful lives if all we did was bet on ourselves fully. If we took that job, we invested in that program, we put in that effort, we got up at 5 o'clock. And something that I am absolutely terrified of doing is looking in the eyes of the people who've given me absolutely everything on this world and knowing I didn't give back the fullest, the best version of myself back to them. It's one of them. It keeps me up at night. And I want to pose a question to each and every one of you. Who would you be if you never gave up on yourself? And how happy would that make you? What would that mean for the people around you? If for once you were so relentless that you gave yourself no option but to succeed. Now we're coming to the end of the video. I think that those three things are so powerful. Keep into consideration as you're moving through your 20s and even into your 30s. At the end of the day, we all just want to live good lives. But it takes work. Only you can put in that work. No one else. And you owe it to yourself to do that. Because you matter. And so just the things that you can create and the things that you do. Now, until next time, guys, thank you so much.